8 o'clock in the morning. Time to be woken up to the arrival of another car. The Fiat 500 Lounge that we purchased. And yeah, it runs, so it was driven off the trailer, so that's the good start. At the moment I haven't done anything more, so this is going to be a first walk around, and we're going to find out exactly what we've got in store for this 2013 Lounge with approximately 53,000 miles on the clock. And all we know so far is that the door handles for both sides are not on the car, and that the driver's side window is down purely because, when I say purely, and I'm assuming because it's the only way of getting in the car, so that's the reason why it's down. It's a Cat S as well, but I believe it's going to be a Cat S because of a previous repair, and that I think this has been written off because both handles have been broken. That's my assumption, but anyway, so let's get going with the walk around. Oh yeah, so a couple of things just to, while I remember it. MOT has some horrendous, there's a few couple of things on here around tread on tyres, and it talks about the coolant. There's a coolant link, and fan is always running. That's what it says, so we'll bear that in mind. First thing, going to need a new key holder because that's all broken up. One key only, but at least it's the remote, so that's the good thing. So we'll start on the passenger side. See, there's loads of tread on that. There's like, these are new tyres. Alloys are not great, but could be a lot worse. That's all good from this side. The sill, I mean, it's dirty, but I don't know. It doesn't say how long this has been sat in the yard for. So immediately from this side onwards, there's absolutely no dings at all. Good tread on this tyre, so that's good. And this alloy is pretty unmarked. So looking good this side. Going around to the rear. So it's an ex-car giant car. So they've marked up on here X. Got a tow hook. I've purchased one of them. The bumper as a whole seems to be in good shape. This is where they've marked it. So it's a bit of cracking here. And there's a bit of scuff. Again, they've marked it here. Bit of scuff in here as well. But that's it, and that's very minor. That's the usual brake there. Nothing to be concerned about. Handle works. How about the wiring hatch is all good. Right, got the parcel shelf. A unused space saver. we're good there. Shuts nicely. Okay, good tread on this. Continental. Oh, Continental. Let me just check on this one. Continental. I think the front is a cheap one. Okay, the front's a cheap one. So we've got that there that they've marked up. That will just come out with polish. The sill, ever so slight bulge. Ever so slight bulge there. Don't know if that's the Cat S part of it. Just a small bulge. You can sort of see from that line. And obviously no door handle. But again, this side is all good. Tyre. So these has had 4 new tyres. And okay, so the fronts match and the rears match. So that's good. This one's quite badly scuffed, as you can see. Okay, right, front. No cracking on the front bumper, so that's good. All the trim in place. Headlight's not faded. So, cosmetically, from the outside, just check on the roof. Cosmetically, this is looking good compared with a number of cars I've got or had in the past. You get away with, I say get away, sounds like you're hiding something, but actually this is in good shape. So I don't know what the Cat S is. So the interior, well, it's certainly been in a yard somewhere, isn't it? So it's come from Westbury, and I'm fairly sure for Westbury the yard isn't like a chalk pit. So let's have a look. Got any clues? Got some coins, rubber mats and more coins. Shame it's rubber mats. What would do? Because I can't. Oh, actually, no. Okay. Right, let's sit in the car. Make sure I don't. I think she's got a golf ball, her tea light. This is going to be locking wheel nut, surely, isn't it? The locking wheel nut is in there. So, yeah, okay, locking wheel nut, but at the moment we have no service history book. I think these are broken, yeah, so these are buggered. Is that one buggered? Yeah, that's buggered as well, so that's a bit of a shame, so that's going to have to come out. Turn that down. Any CD? Probably not. No. No CD. How are we looking on the roof? Yeah, so the roof is all good. No problems with the glass. What else? Nothing in that compartment. So I think this car's relatively been cleaned out quite nicely. That, or it's just full of car parking tickets. Hello, we have a CD. The wrong crowd. No, wrong crowd? Interesting. Right, more coins. That's interesting. What have we got in there? What have we got in a sealed envelope? Don't tell me this is going to be like the MOT. Okay, it's an inspection report for this car. Interesting. So, the Aviva inspection report shows checking the following. Check. So, what have they marked up? So they have marked up here the window. That's interesting. Wash and vac, tick. Lock marking removal, delivery. Just looking for a date. So it was signed off in April, beginning of April, but there's no other information on that. That's a shame. I was hoping that was going to be a bit more, but there we go. Bugger. Right, we've got one other area to check. Well, I've got a couple actually. We need to get into underneath the seat here, and oh yeah, tell you what, let's put on the okay. So you've still got that full tank of fuel. So they've not drained the fuel at all. We've still got that. In fact, I was going to try and get that window up, but okay, the window moves. I've literally tried to do a tiny bit of that window and it seems to move. So windows isn't a problem. Right. I'm going to leave that door open for a minute. Oh no. Might help if I undid the car. There we go. There we go. Come on. Right. Okay. Got two things to check out, and then we'll be done. Hand sanitizer. This is the most awkward part, is doing this. Okay, so right. Did we get anything? Bear with me. No, nothing again. I don't think people just never know about this compartment. Okay. Right. Let's have a look underneath the bonnet, shall we? Oh. Bear with. Possible original battery. Slam panel. So everything appears to be original. So, like, that's off. That's good. But we don't know. Obviously, we don't have any information as to when that was done. How are we looking on oil? That looks incredibly clean. Don't know if you can just about see that, probably not. That looks very clean, that oil. Now, the concern for me is whether or how much coolant is in there, and I can't see. I'm going to need a torch to shine in on that. When you got it off the trailer, it sounded all good. The engine certainly seemed to run all right. Got caps on there, so that's good. Nothing else seems to be missing, so there's no trim as well. What's that on there? Flipping heck, a razor blade. Why would that be there? That's weird. Maybe the razor blade was for this. So, water damage from the window or anything, so we don't appear to have really got anything. Just requires a really, really good clean. I prefer the black interior, but I know again that's each to their own. Not everyone prefers the black, and some people prefer the beige. But the seats are pretty nice. Oh, let me just check one more compartment then. Oh no, the back one doesn't have a isn't done, so there's no storage on the back. Right, that appears to be it. At this moment in time, I can't see, apart from handles, what else or what we can do that's going to require this to take long. I think the DVLA is going to take longer to issue the paperwork. I've already tried to fill in a V62 on this, and it's been rejected by the post office for for getting the car taxed, because when I phoned the DVLA asking why I couldn't do it, they claimed that the car is still registered under someone's name and not under the insurance, and therefore I have to fill in the V62, send it by post with a cheque, and then they've then got to write to the current owner to ask whether or not the car is effectively been written off or sold or whatever, and then they can issue it. So at the moment I can't tax this at all until that's all sorted. But otherwise, apart from the door handles, this is looking like a fairly decent car. But yeah, but this is Copart we're talking about, and we're talking about a clutch failure on this, which they failed to mention, the R-bath with a ignition barrel that was completely and utterly destroyed, which they failed to mention. But on the scheme of it, this looks to be in a fairly decent condition. So let me know what you think. Comment in the box below. I know it's a Fiat 500, but we are going up in the year now. It's not a 2010, so hopefully rust isn't going to be an issue, and we might be able to turn this round relatively quick. But let me know your thoughts. And also, for Cat S with 53,000 miles on the clock, what do you reckon you'd retail that at? So let me know. Hit the like and subscribe button, and I will be covering this and all my other endeavours and Fiat on the channel as we go.
So I thought I'd do a vehicle check on the lounge, because as you can see, there is absolutely no exterior problems with the car. So it must have been in some form of accident and it's been repaired. Must have happened a good couple of years ago, because all those panels look like, that there's been some form of just, where it's all dirty, and you wouldn't have a car repaired and then the insurance company then write it off and then send it to Copart. So I can only assume that the car has been in an accident at some point. It's been classed as a Cat S, and then the door handles have just broken off, and then they've gone, right, let's just write the car off and we'll just send it straight to auction, even though it's a Cat S. So, gone through Car Vertical because I wanted to see when this accident was, and if anything, it shows me or would tell me maybe when it was and what the damage was. So, as you can see at a glance, it's got the vehicle as damaged. So, scrolling through, this is all your MOT stuff. And what's weird is in 2020, in November 2020, the front passenger door handle clearly was not working or was broken. The driver's door handle was also broken or not working properly. And that came up on an MOT. Now, so that then went through again at the same time, and again they obviously didn't rectify the door handles, so those were advisories. So not really sure what was going on there. And then we had the MOT in October 21. Now those door handle issues had completely gone, so I could only assume that they were fixed. And then in March 22, that's when the damage then gets listed. So what's weird about it, if we go through this, scrolling through, Category S write-off. March 22. So what on earth happened in March 22 to suddenly go to a Cat S write-off? I have no idea. The car is got what appears to be potentially all the original panels. You wouldn't write the car off because it's got the door handles broken off, because we all know you just put a couple of door handles on. So I literally have no idea why that car's been wrote off, and if so, you know, I just don't know. I am lost for words, because unfortunately that car, when I come to sell it, people who are looking to buy it are going to ask me why it's a Cat S and do I have photos of it. Obviously, I can be as honest as possible and literally say to them, I have no idea why it's a Cat S. That sounds dodgy in itself, because I'd rather be able to show a picture and say, look, the sill's damaged, or it's had a rear impact and I've replaced the bumper, as you can see from the photo. But there's nothing more dodgy than turning around and going, I have no pictures of the damage, I can't find the damage, and some people would just turn around and say, well, I'm not going to touch it then, because if you can't find the damage, then, you know, what you're hiding. So if anyone has any ideas really what that would be a category S for, do let me know, because I'd really love to know myself and work out what's gone on there. So yeah, feel free to rewatch the video again for the walk around and see if you can see anything, because yeah, I just really love to know. And it's a shame, because that Cat S marker has obviously devalued the car, and you know, and it's unfortunate, but there we go. So once again, thank you for watching. Put your comments in the box below. Hit the like button, the bell button if you want to be notified of more videos, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.